Alright guys, today we are gonna be reacting to she instantly regrets divorcing her husband, guys. She regrets divorcing her husband. So let's see. Jump in.
Getting child support checks, and my child support checks pay for my daycare, and that's gone. On this day 2 years ago, I filed for divorce with an infant, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And I had no fucking idea if I was gonna make it. This is what 2 years of fighting looks like. But like, I can't handle this shit. I'm having a hard time just surviving. It's just not fair. It's not fair. Love can move mountains, and love can crush our souls.
Welcome back, family. Today we are going to see yet another modern woman who was humbled very quickly by the hardship of life after she decided to divorce her husband of over 10 years with 3 kids, including an infant, just so that she can go find her so-called happiness. And then comes back crying after getting pumped and dumped while realizing how
look at
hard
that
the
editing.
single...
Oh my god, talk about being cringy, bro.
Comes back crying after getting pumped and dumped.
The movie guys, they think this is a movie.
Realizing how hard the single motherhood really is. But before watching her cries of regret, I will show how prideful and arrogant she was when she decided to divorce her husband.
On this day 2 years ago, I filed for divorce with an infant, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 9-year-old, who all have varying degrees of struggles, and I had no fucking idea if I was gonna make it. But I did know that I wasn't gonna spend another second of my life being abused or watching my children be abused by their father. And so I did it. I took the leap, I made the jump, and guess what? It was the best fucking thing I ever did in my entire life. So if you are on the fence today about filing those papers, I am here to tell you that just do it. Everything's gonna be okay. Like, seriously.
Wow.
It will. It'll be okay. And you deserve to be happy and safe and loved and all the things.
So basically, she select the guy. She select the guy that she's gonna marry to. Did he know on any of these red flags and still blame the guy? You have no fault on this. You didn't know whether or not he has a very bad temper. What is your father? Your father had no opinions about this? Interesting.
This woman just put her 3 kids in a statistical disadvantage by deciding to divorce her husband for the dumbest reasons. And the worst part in all of this is that she is encouraging other women to divorce their husbands too, so that they can all be miserable together, because we all know that misery loves company. Here she is again, bragging about all the paperwork she filed against her ex-husband, as if she deserves a trophy.
Currently reorganizing my files, and this is what 2 years of fighting looks like. This is 3 injunctions for domestic violence, a divorce, and changes to a safety-focused parenting plan that I have done all completely pro se, without an attorney, all on my own.
She just talked about domestic violence and abuse. Well, this next clip will show you how most of these abuse claims by modern women are usually BS.
So this was my experience as well. But it got to the point, and it will get to the point for you if you're not already feeling it.
Wow, this is crazy. You see what females do? Look at the comment section. I'm not being physical abused, but the mental abuse is doing me in. Oh my god, they hate each other, I guess, man.
You physically don't feel safe. You feel like you're just one altercation away, or there have been death threats or violence around you in close enough proximity that you have realized, like, this person is capable of hurting me. But the mental abuse, it's meant to wear you down, and it's exhausting, and it's terrible, and You feel just like stuck in this vortex of chaos. And it's awful, and it's no way to live, and it's terrible for your nervous system. And here's your credit.
This woman literally claims being abused by the simple fact that she thought that one day her husband might abuse her. Do you guys realize how insane this is? Well, after divorcing her husband, the tears of misery and karma started to hit, and she started going broke.
I don't know what to say about that.
I try so hard to stay positive all the time, but it is so hard to live in this economy as a two-parent household, let alone a one-parent household. I had an unexpected $900 bill taken out of my checking account today. I literally just got paid this morning, my first full paycheck at my new job, and then I got an email from daycare that I owe them like $800 because
Stupid, man. Stupid. Because it makes sense. It makes sense in her head. It makes sense be a single mom putting kids in a daycare. Somehow it makes sense. It makes sense because the math makes sense, guys. It makes sense, guys. The math makes sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense. How are you going to put all these kids in a daycare and you only have one job? I see it's not a high-paying job because you're already crying that they deducted $900.
I stopped getting child support checks, and my child support checks pay for my daycare, and that's gone. And I'm spending so much more on gas now because
it's gone. That means that somebody's earning more money than the husband. Somebody started making more money than the husband. Okay.
My dear, now you can get a test of what being a man and a provider feels like. Here are some more sweet tears of regrets about how the single life is really hard.
Being a single mom is so hard. Being an autistic single mom.
Autistic single mom.
Is a whole nother ballgame. I worked from home for 4.5 years after not working really at all for 2.5 years. Well, I owned a daycare when I lived in Illinois, and because that was the best thing ever. Just tiny humans all day. But like, I can't handle this shit.
There you go, that's too late.
I have absolutely no time or space to just like exist.
And this is where your father or your parents failed you. See, you thought that was so you go through life getting everything that you want because you're okay looking lady, right? And you're still making this decision, the divorce, thinking that you're still gonna get what you want. After it's time to pay the bills, God is telling you, okay, this is enough. You owe me. You owe me. And this is you right now. You owe me. It was the marriage. That's what you owe me. Now you don't want to pay. Okay, I'm gonna put you to the misery. That's God right there, guys. When we get married through the church, right? And we bow. We owe God the marriage. You messed up. If you're messing up with that, you have to pay God. Now you owe God, and here's gonna throw you with that misery. This is you suffering. And the only way you can even fix this thing, and I don't think the guy is gonna take you back. You have to go back to your ex-husband and ask him for forgiveness. Kneel down, ask for forgiveness. No child support or anything, and you have to be okay with being a second or third girl on his life. That's it. That's it. You have to. And if he accepts you, you have to be okay with him effing other girls. That's the deal that you get. Of course, you're not gonna do it because you're selfish. See, you're not selfish, and you don't want to lose. You don't want to admit that you were wrong. So you're gonna include. Now you're gonna just bring your kids with you, and the kids are gonna have misery because of you. And they're gonna be in a statistical disadvantage just because you wanted to be happy.
Every waking moment of my day is demanded to somebody else. I have no autonomy over anything that I'm doing, and as somebody with PDA, that's really hard. I'm having a hard time just surviving right now. If all I had to do was go to work every day, I love my job. I'd be fine. I'd come home and I'd decompress and I'd have space for my partner, and that'd be fine.
There we go. That's what you think. You're a single mom, lady, and then you're putting another guy in. Oh man, another person that is not part of the family in front of your kids. That's the worst mistake, man.
But I have kids that have really, really, really high needs, so like I don't have time to decompress like anywhere at all at any part of my day. And I can't even go to the gym anymore, which was the only place I used to find an ounce.
She got it all, bro.
Sanity.
She had it all. She had it all in a gold silver platter. In a gold silver platter. Gold and silver platter. She got it all, bro. She can go to the gym. She was looking very good. All of a sudden, she got into her head. She got it all. She had the perfect wife treatment. But no, she can do better. And TikTok, remember TikTok? You messed up.
And all of this because I have to be the sole provider for 4 kids.
Crazy.
Because for some odd reason, their other parent could care less.
Oh, that's
about
what it is,
making
guys.
sure
Hey, he doesn't
that
care.
their
That's what
needs
it is.
are met. I'm the one exhausting.
I can guarantee you she start making more money than him, and she need to pay now child support. And he said, I don't need your child support. You can, because you have the kids. Now you have to pay me child support. But because I don't have kids, you see what I'm saying? Like, she probably earns more than him. Now he doesn't qualify for child support because she wanted to keep the kids. He said, bro, that's on you. That's your responsibility. You have to go down the cheap with that. Guy was smart. He said, I don't need your money. I don't need nothing. I'm just going to simply go to a different state, look for a younger woman, and just do my new life. Sometimes, guys, I'm sorry, that's what you need to do. Just take the L. Take the L with the kids, man. I'm sorry I have to say that, but sometimes, because you being part of the kids' life, it's going to mess you up big time because he's going to use you. Because you're emotionally vulnerable. Emotionally vulnerable. And the court is not going to help you.
Myself fighting my son's school.
She had no money, but the state wanted to leave the kids
Constantly.
for her. Towards her, I'm sorry.
And it's been so hard. And I have to go to school or take the kids to school. Can't even take 3 minutes to record a video. Saw my toddler busting in.
Miserable. It was not worth it, lady.
It's not fair. The
Me.
ridiculous amount of responsibility that has been heaped on me and me alone.
That's it. You
Because
wanted
somebody
it.
made a choice.
You wanted it. Instead of working in your relationship, you always, not only in the marriage, but all the relationship that you have, lady. You have no pair bonding. If you left your marriage like this, it means you have no pair bonding. All your relationship, you always opt out. And you thought that their marriage was the same thing, so you opt out of the marriage. And I can guarantee you guys that I can guarantee you, in my opinion, she even tried to call the husband. You know what the husband does? Ex-wife. Oh, interesting. Pop. Hang. Hang. And it goes like this, like, days and months. Because she thought that she probably was going to get that husband treatment, right? Because a lot of them, they do. They think. Because now you have 4 kids. My ex-husband will become an orbit. My orbit in my life. He's always going to be there. No, that's not the case. And here we are, guys.
To not be involved with their own children. I just will never understand, like, as a parent, not wanting to make sure that your kids have the very best of everything.
You probably make more money.
And that means making sure that their mental health is good so that they can show up and be the very best parent to 4 kids every single day.
Too late, lady.
It's not good for anybody's mental health to have this amount of pressure and responsibility on them all by themselves. No help. No help. He thinks that my mom pays for.
Lady, you left the guy. Now you cannot get husband treatment. You don't understand. Don't you understand? She's acting like the husband's the wrong here. You left the guy. You initiated the divorce. You recording the divorce in your TikTok. That's it. That's it for the 1.1% of females that listen to my podcast. You do this in your current marriage. Get a divorce. Do not expect your ex-husband to give you a husband treatment. That's it. That's it. That's it. Especially with the red pill coming up and the Manafort stuff. That's it. Think about it twice before you make the stupid decision.
He does everything for me, and I'm just out here living my life. Nope. No, that's not the case. I do everything for these kids to make sure they have what they need.
Remember that she chose to divorce her husband at her own free will. And now, all over a sudden, everything is her ex-husband's fault. We all know the real reason all these women leave and destroy their families. They just get bored and want some new and exciting that they can't even describe themselves. They want the thrill of the unknown. The drama gets them excited. They want to keep on chasing after Chad and Tyrone. They make all types of fantasies in their head and internalize everything they see on the media. In this case, this woman really thought that she could just replace her husband with another better man easily. Well, after getting pumped and dumped by her so-called dream man, she comes back crying once again to the internet for sympathy.
What did I tell you guys? It's always the same story. Females, guys, the pair bonding is very important because that's what allowed the relationship to stay together, right? It's the hormones that we release, right? It's make sure that we can always be together, right? Emotionally. She's being around, guys. In order for her to be doing this, that she means that she was being around. Her pair bonding, she was trying to keep the family together with the kids. However, because her past history, she cannot even be alone. That means that she probably had multiple relationships. Also, how disrespectful is for the ex-husband and her kids putting this in the internet? It's I don't know what to say.
Check it out.
Love is such a beautiful and dangerous thing. Love can move mountains.
No, you can't.
And love can crush our souls. Sometimes people come into our lives and we only get to keep them for a season. Sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes love can't overcome reality. And I think that's the most painful loss that anybody can ever experience. Knowing that you and a person complement each other so well and you bring each other so much happiness, but logistically, realistically,
Yo, that was a shot, 100%.
it can't work.
This woman
Yo, Chad really break her up, man. Lady, you have no idea what you have done. And this is why they get the divorce right here. Has nothing to do with cheating. What's my theory about cheating? Cheating is not a reason for destroying a marriage. Why? Because the theory of pre-selection, guys. Get that into your head. Females feel attraction to a man that is desired by other women. Okay, remember that. Maybe there's some cases, right? But most of the time, it's not. That's not the case, because this right here, their emotion, they already cheat you. They already cheated, but another person emotionally, and that's why they even go through. Guys, think about it. A divorce is literally wrecking a family, unless you're emotionally detached from that what is coming. You start making stupid decisions like this. Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. Like always, guys, I will see you in the next one.